Good morning, my dear students. In this video, I will discuss about the shell structure and there I will discuss about the dome. This is under Mumbai University, 5th year, semester 9, theory of structure 8. So, initially I will give you what is dome. I will give you some introduction about the dome and then I will take one numerical how to solve or how to analyze a dome problem. So basically what is a dome? Dome is a thin shell which is generated by revolution of the regular curve about one of its axis. Now a dome consists of series of horizontal rings whose diameter increases in downward direction as you can see in the diagram. Now crown is the topmost part of a dome and each circle of the each ring in the dome, that is called the latitude. This terminology you should be conversant with, that what is a crown, what is called latitude. And then comes the meridian circle. Meridian circle is that circle which is drawn through two diametrically opposite points on a horizontal diameter and the crown. So that is called the meridian circle. So you please see the diagram, that crown, latitude and meridian, and what is ring. Meridian is also called the longitude. So here I have given the diagram of the spherical dome. Okay, and here I have discussed about that what is the hoop stress and what is the meridional stress. Let us see what are the different stresses that acting on dome. As you can see in the diagram, that meridional stress or meridional thrust, it acts along meridian. Obviously from there the name comes. So now when the load is applied on the dome, it get resisted by their horizontal ring. That is the property of any member, that when you apply some external load on it, it will try to resist, and that is the concept of the stress generation. So when the load is applied on the dome, it will be resisted by their horizontal rings. So there will be a thrust of one ring on the other ring. So this thrust is called the meridional thrust or meridional compression. It is maximum at the support and radial bars are also provided to resist it or provided for it. Let us see what is hoop stress. Hoop stress is denoted as capital H. It acts along the latitude. So if T, capital T, it is the thrust per unit run on the ring, the horizontal component of this thrust will produce a hoop tension. Now this hoop tension is maximum at the crown and circular hoops are provided for it. So from here, from this slide, what is our takeaway? Meridional thrust, it is maximum at the support. Hoop stress is maximum at the crown. Okay. Now let us see what are the different types of domes are there. There are three types of dome. Number one, spherical or spheroid domes. It is generated when a circular curve revolves about its vertical diameter. I have told you the basic definition of dome is what? A dome is a thin shell which is generated by the revolution of a regular curve about one of its axis. Now, a spherical dome is generated when a circular curve is revolved about its vertical diameter. Conical dome, it is generated when a right angle triangle revolves about its vertical axis, that is the perpendicular about the vertical axis. So when a right angle triangle is revolving, conical dome is generated. And the last one is the elliptical dome. It is generated when an ellipse revolves about one of its axis. Ellipse has two axes, major axis and minor axis. So about any one of its axis, if the ellipse rotates, revolves, an elliptical dome is generated. So generally where we can see the dome use of dome structure: exhibition hall, auditorium, hangars, circular tanks, etc., etc. Let us look at the steps first to solve a conical dome design, and after that I have taken one numerical. So step number one is, as I have shown here, a steps for the conical dome design. So it is a right angle triangle, as you know that how a conical dome is generated, that when a right angle triangle is revolving about one of its vertical axis. So about the vertical axis you can see that there is a crown, there is a base. So about the vertical axis that is passing through the crown, if a right angle triangle is rotated, this type of conical dome is generated. Now P is the crown, and this angle theta, 2 theta is called the vertex angle over here, or theta is the semi-vertex angle. And the rise is shown as capital H and base is AB. So this is a conical dome, and here W, small w, it is the UDL acting on the conical dome. So first step we have to find the geometry of the dome. In step number 2, we will find the self weight, that is gamma into T, where gamma is the unit weight of concrete. Here you assume T is the thickness of the dome, that is equal to 100 millimeter. Assume it as initial thickness, and then you can find the total load W by adding the self weight and given the live load or the snow load, whatever is given in the problem. So you can add the self weight with that and the other loads, and then you can get the total load, that is W. Next step is meridional thrust, that is capital T is equal to WH by 2 cos square theta, and meridional stress is equal to sigma T, that is capital T divided by T into 1. Here is this 1 comes for because we are assuming it as 1 per unit meter length or per 1 meter length. Next step, step number 4 is hoop stress, that is equal to H, capital H equal to W small h tan square theta, and hoop stress is equal to sigma H equal to H divided by T into 1. Next step is the step number 5, minimum area of steel reinforcement, AST minimum. It is given in the code as 0.15% into area of concrete. So 0.15% means 0.15 divided by 100. What is the area of the concrete? Area of the concrete will be, we have assumed T is equal to 100 millimeter, that is equal to 0.1 meter. So that T multiplied by the length, that is 1 meter we have assumed, 1 meter unit length. So 0.15% into the thickness and per unit meter length. So next you assume the diameter of the bar as 8 millimeter. So find the area A phi. A phi means the diameter, the area of a single reinforcement bar, which can be found out by pi by 4 into 8 square, as we have assumed the 8 millimeter diameter bar. And spacing can be found out by this formula, 1000 A phi divided by AST. AST is the just now we have found the minimum area of the steel reinforcement. So this is the step number 5. So step number 6, that is the design of the ring beam. So hoop tension, we know we have found out the hoop stress. Now hoop tension we can find out from that T sine theta. Now total force in the ring beam, we can find TRB is equal to P multiplied by the radius. Now area of the steel required is equal to AST required is equal to P divided by the permissible stress. Okay. Now choose the diameter of the bar as 5 millimeter. You assume any diameter, and then area of one bar is equal to A phi equal to pi by 4 into phi square. Now number of bars, how we can find? We know the total requirement AST required divided by individual bar area. So from there we can find out the number of bars. So let us denote it as N dash. Now after N dash, actually we are getting it after approximating. See, sometimes we get as the value as 6.54. So we assume it as 7, correct na? So that value is N dash. That after assumption, after converting it into the whole number, that number is called the N dash. Now again we have to find, so with that revised value, after approximating whatever the number we are getting, with that value, what is the actual area coming? So actual AST is N dash into pi by 4 into phi square, whatever diameter you have provided. Then next we have to do the equivalent area of the composite section. Equivalent area, that is AEQ is equal to ARB plus M minus 1 into AST, where ARB is the area of the ring beam. correct? So allowable tensile stress is equal to sigma permissible is equal to TRB by AEQ. So from there you find out ARB and provide a square cross section of side B is equal to under root of ARB, because if you know the total area and if you assume a square cross section, what is the area of a square? If it is of side B, so B square, that is the area of square na. So how we will find the side? The side you can find it out by under root of ARB. So these are the steps, but once you start solving the numerical, the steps will be more clear. I would request you first you note down the steps in your notebook, and with that you please continue with the proceed with the video. Design a conical dome roof for a room with base diameter as 20 meter. The live load due to wind, snow, etc. may be taken as 1500 Newton per meter square. The height of the roof is 4 meter. Use M40 grade of concrete. Unit weight of concrete is given as 25 kilonewton per meter square. Use working stress method of design. Permissible bearing stress is given as 0.25 FCK. Let us see how to solve the problem. In this problem, the base diameter is given as 20 meter and the height is given as height or the rise is given as 4 meter. So what was the step 1? Step 1 is the geometry. We have to find the geometry of the dome. Now please consider triangle APQ. So in triangle APQ, I have shown what is angle Q is 90 degree and angle APQ is theta. So if we apply trigonometry, what we can say that AQ by QP, that is perpendicular by base, that is equal to tan theta. So what is the value of AQ? 10. QP is 4. So 10 by 4 equal to 2.5. Now theta comes out to be tan inverse of 2.5. So if you calculate, you will get it as 68 degree 12 minute. So this angle theta value we have got it. Now what you do, you find out the value of sin theta and cos theta and write it like this way, because in later stage we need this value directly. At that time, every time we don't have to calculate the value of sin theta and cos theta. So sin theta value means sin 68 degree 12 minute is equal to 0.928 and cos theta is equal to 0.371. So our step number 1 is done. Now step number 2. Step number 2, we have to consider the loading. Now what I have told you earlier, that let us assume a thickness of the shell is as 100 millimeter. So 100 millimeter means 0.1 meter. You have to divide it by 1000. So you will get 0.1 meter. Now self weight of the dome shell in per meter square, if we assume that 1 meter square is the cross sectional area. So what is gamma? Gamma into T. Gamma is the unit weight of concrete. This value you have to memorize, or you should know the unit value of concrete, that is 25 kilonewton per meter cube. Even if it is not given in the question, you are assumed to know this value. These are the standard value, unit weight of concrete. So 25 multiplied by T means the thickness, so 0.1. So we are getting 2.5 kilonewton per meter square. That is the self weight of the dome per unit cross sectional area. Now live load and other load is given in the question as 1.5 kilonewton per meter square. So what will be the total load? Total load will be the self weight and the this live load and others. So it will be 2.5 plus 1.5, that is 4 kilonewton per meter square. Our step 2 is done. Now let us look at the step 3. Step 3 may what we should do, that the calculation of the meridional stress we should do. So meridional stress is denoted as sigma subscript m. Correct? So meridional thrust, first we have to find out what is the formula for that. Capital T equal to WH divided by 2 cos square theta. W means what? The total load, that is 4. What is H? H is the rise, that is given as 4 meter. And what is cos theta? Cos theta value we have found out in step number 1, 0.371. So directly we can put that square. So if we put all this value, we are getting as T equal to 58.2 kilonewton. Remember, this is meridional thrust. Now due to this meridional thrust, one compressive stress is generated. So that value or meridional stress also it is you can tell it. So that is sigma m is equal to stress value. How we can find stress value? We can find by the load divided by the cross sectional area. So T is the thickness, and what is one is the per meter length, per 1 meter of length, what will be the value. So if we substitute the value, T value is 0.1 and 1 is the length per meter. Now per 1 meter length we are finding out. So this gives out to be the value of the sigma m, that is the meridional stress, as 582 kilonewton per meter square. So this value is safe. Next is step number 4. Step number 4, what is? We have to do the calculation of the hoop stress, that is sigma h. Now again, like the last step, we have to find out the value of hoop force. Then we can find the value of stress. Correct? So hoop force H is equal to WH tan square theta. W is equal to 4. Correct? H is equal to 4, and tan theta value we know in the first step. I have boxed it. So tan theta ka value kya tha? 2.5. So 2.5 square. So that gives us to be value as 100 kilonewton. This is also creating a compressive stress over here. This force will create. Now next step is the hoop stress. Hoop stress is sigma h. So hoop force divided by thickness multiplied by the per unit length, that is 1. So H is 100 divided by 0.1 into 1. How much it is? 1000 kilonewton per meter square. So hoop stress is also coming to be safe. Now step number 5, let us come to the reinforcement part. So first we have to design the steel reinforcement. See, as both the stresses are safe, only nominal reinforcement should be provided. What is the value? That value is the 0.15% of the area of the concrete. Now that is called the AST mean. That is the minimum reinforcement or the nominal reinforcement. So 0.15% means 0.15 by 100. Into area of concrete means what? Again 0.1 into 1, that means what? Thickness multiplied by the per 1 meter length, unit length. So that gives us the value of the steel area as 1.5 into 10 raised to minus 4 meter square, because please take note that here we have put the value of T and 1, both are in meters. So this is meter square we will get. Now meter square to millimeter square we have to convert. Why? Because when we will be providing the diameter, steel bar diameter, they are in millimeters. So we have to convert the value into millimeter square. So 1 meter equal to 10 cube millimeter, 1000. So 1 meter square equal to how much? 1000 square. So 10 to the power 6 we have to multiply. So that gives us to be the value of 150 millimeter square. Now let us assume that we are providing the 8 millimeter diameter bar. So area of one bar is equal to A5 pi by 4 into 8 square, that is 50 millimeter square. So spacing we can find out by this formula. S is equal to 1000 A5 divided by AST mean. Actually in this case this is the AST mean, as we are providing the nominal reinforcement only. So 1000 multiplied by the 50, that is the area of 8 mm bar, divided by AST means is 150. So that gives us 333 millimeter. So this we are approximating as 300, though you may take any other value as 340 or 350 also. So finally what is our decision? Provide 8 millimeter diameter bar at the rate of 300 millimeter center to center in both ways. See, as you can see my video, you can see over here that everywhere the decision we are taking about the dimension, about the steel reinforcement, everywhere I am just underlining it. Why I am underlining it? Because while we will draw the diagram, final diagram, we don't have to search for the data that what we have done. So please underline the value if you have reached to a conclusion or a result. So please, this is just one point for your reference, that the meridional bars, as we have shown, found out over here, so they are actually discontinued. They are not given near the crown area, and there a wire mesh is provided, because that is to avoid just congestion of the steel over there. Okay. Now let us look at the step number 6. Now design of the ring beam. So again actually it will be just like the previous steps only. So let us see, first we have to find out the hoop tension. Hoop tension in the ring beam is equal to T sine theta. What is T? T is the meridional force that we have got it as 58.2 kilonewton. And what is sine theta value? Sine theta value I have told you now in step number 1. So please write it down. We need it afterwards. So there you see 0.928. So that gives us the value of the hoop tension value as 54 kilonewton per meter. Okay, now so total tensile force, how we can find this force, that is hoop tension we have found multiplied by the radius. See, P we have found out, hoop tension is the per meter length. Now if we want to find the total force, so we have to multiply it by the what is that value, the radius, the value. So TRB, total tensile force, will be P, that is the tension, multiplied by the radius. Radius is what? See, this is a 20 meter diameter room is there. So what will be the radius? 20 by 2, that is 10. So that gives us to be 540 kilonewton. Now area of the steel required is equal to, how we can find it out? AST required is equal to P divided by permissible stress. This is TRB, total tensile force divided by the permissible stress. I mean total force, correct? So what is TRB? TRB value is 540, but that is in kilonewton. We have to convert it into Newton, that is multiply it by 10 cube Newton, and then divided by the permissible stress is what? 140 Newton per mm square. So that gives us to be 3857 millimeters square. So the area is huge. So what you assume that here, you assume that you provide a diameter 25 millimeter diameter bar. Okay, so if you don't have idea, you can start with 20. So in that case also the number of bars will be needed more. So this actually the diameter of the bar you will come to know by practicing more number of problems. Then you will get some idea कि कितना लेना है. And if you remember the values correctly means for example 8 millimeter diameter अगर बार लेते हैं, उसका एक बार का क्रॉस सेक्शनल एरिया आता है 50 millimeter square. So if you remember the table like that different way, जैसे 20 millimeter diameter bar if you assume, how much it will come? So 20 so that comes out to be 314 millimeter square. So like that way, correct na? So how many bars you will be provided? So let us assume over here that you are giving 25 millimeter diameter bar. So diameter of area of one bar is pi by 4 into 25 square. That gives us to be 490. So if you remember the standard value ना कि 25 millimeter diameter बार का एक बार का एरिया आता है 490 के आसपास. So from that you can just roughly calculate and then you decide कि कितना मिलीमीटर लेना है. ये total cross sectional area इतना requirement है. So from that you get idea. So number of bar needed over here, total area divided by the individual area. So 3857 divided by 490. So that gives us to be 8. So actually if you divide 3857 by 490, it does not come as the whole number as 8. It does not come. But we are approximating at as 8. So let us see that actual area of the steel provided is what? 8 multiplied by pi by 4 into 25 square. So that gives us to be 3920. What was our requirement? Our requirement was 3857, but actually by approximating the number of bar and just converted it into a whole number, that is 8, we are getting the actual area as 3920. Now let us assume ARB is the area of the ring beam. So now the final stage has come, that how we will decide about the area of the ring beam. So here what we have to do, we have to find the equivalent area of the composite section. So that is AEQ is given as ARB, that is the area of the ring beam, plus M minus 1 multiplied by the AST, where M is the modular ratio. So that value is given as 19 minus 1, or AST how much we have got, 3920. So from here we are getting one expression. Now, tensile stress generated in the ring beam is equal to sigma RB equal to TRB by AEQ. Again, stress is what? The force divided by the area. Okay, so now that gives us to be the value of 540 kilonewton. So please convert it, 540 into 10 cube. AEQ, what is the expression we have got? ARB plus 70560, correct? So now, given the allowable stress, that is sigma permissible in the composite section is 1.2 Newton per mm square. This is given. So sigma RB ka value we will put it as 1.2 because that is the allowable stress. So from here we are getting the value of area of the ring beam ARB equal to 379440 millimeter square. So now ring beam, you assume that you are giving a square cross section, so you do the square root of this value. So from there you are getting the value as 700 by 700. So if you provide the value square cross section, so we are getting the cross section of the square ring beam as 700 by 700. Again, it is up to your approximation. So you do the square root, you are getting 615. So you can give it as 650 by 650 also, like that way, or 620 by 620 also. But anyhow, I have assumed the value as 700 by 700. Now this is the final diagram of the conical dome cross section. So as you have, so please note down the diagram, and as you have noticed that every step I have put some underline and the box because while we are drawing the diagram, we need the data ready-made with us because we don't have to search through the entire design what we have written over there, what was that, what was the diameter, what was the spacing. So if you have written all the steps properly and put a underline or a box over there, so now this is very simple diagram, so you can draw it finally. And as you see that the ring beam I have provided by 700 by 700, and also the entire detail what we have found out over there. So if you have any doubt, any query, any comment, you can put it in the comment box. You can also mail me at the given email ID, and thanks for watching.